or 3 by 3 matrices, and most of the times in expanding the determinants, many times we make the mistake, so that ultimately we end up at the wrong characteristic equations and hence the false eigen values. So the whole problem will be false. So to avoid that mistakes, we can define the characteristic equations for the 2 by 2 matrices and 3 by 3 matrices. So for the case of 2 by 2 matrices, how the characteristic equation is obtained. So for example, if we have the determinant A, can I continue this? If we have the determinant matrix A is equal to, say in general, A, B, C, D, this is the matrix A of 2 by 2, then by definition of characteristic equation, the characteristic equation is given by determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to 0, which implies this determinant is what? It is A minus lambda, B, C and D minus lambda is equal to 0, which implies we have expanding this determinant, this is A minus lambda, D minus lambda minus BC is equal to 0, which implies this will give you lambda squared minus A lambda minus D lambda plus AD minus BC is equal to 0, so that we have lambda squared minus, taking lambda common, this is A plus D lambda plus combining these two constant quantities, this is AD minus BC is equal to 0. Implies that, let us see, this is our characteristic equation for the 2 by 2 matrix A, B, C, D. So here we have lambda, that is, here we get the quadratic equation. In this quadratic equation, the coefficient of lambda is what? It is A plus D, and that is nothing but the sum of the entries on the main diagonal, and the sum of the entries on the main diagonal are known as the trace function. That is, here you can say the trace of A, that is known as trace of the matrix A, that is sum of entries on main diagonal of matrix A. So here it is A plus D, and this AD minus BC is what? So recall the determinant. What is the determinant of A? It is denoted by determinant of A is equal to AD minus BC. So that what do we get finally? The characteristic equation for the 2 by 2 matrices is lambda squared minus trace of A times lambda plus determinant of A is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation for any matrix of order 2. So let us see again, this is the matrix A, B, C, D of order 2. When you find the characteristic equation, you will get this equation: lambda squared minus A plus D lambda plus AD minus BC is equal to 0, and this quantity A plus D is nothing but the sum of entries on the main diagonal, and the constant term is nothing but here determinant. So let us look at the characteristic equation. Here the signs are alternative, that is the sign for the lambda squared is plus, for lambda is minus, and then for the constant term it is plus, right? So that this is the characteristic equation for any 2 by 2 matrices. So this is what we have written here, that for matrix A of A, B, C, D, the characteristic equation is lambda squared minus trace of A lambda is equal to determinant of A is equal to 0, where this trace TR of A, that is a trace function is sum of entries on the main diagonal A plus D, and the determinant is AD minus BC. So you can remember this equation for the 2 by 2 case. Similarly, as we have proved the equation for 2 by 2 matrices, similarly you can prove the same equation, same kind of equation for the matrices of order 3. Suppose we have the matrix A, that is 3 by 3 matrix. The first row is A11, A12, A13, second row is A21, A22, A23, the third row is A31, A32, A33. Then the characteristic equation in the case of matrix A is given by lambda cube. See here in the equation all the signs are alternative signs. The equation must be of 3 degree because we are taking the matrix of order 3 by 3. Therefore its corresponding characteristic equation will be of degree 3 polynomial equation. So it starts from the lambda cube. So lambda cube minus trace of A lambda squared plus here the m of A is new term, so m of A lambda minus determinant of A is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation for the case of 3 by 3 matrices, where as we know what is trace. So trace is the sum of the entries on the main diagonal, that is here in our case it is A11 plus A12 plus A13, right? Similarly the second coefficient, that is m of A. So m of A is the sum of minors of entries on the main diagonal, that is we will find out the minors of the entries of main diagonal, and minors are determinants, one less order determinants for the 3 by 3 matrices. So that is m11 plus m12 plus m33. So for the minors of A12, that is A11, the determinant A22 plus A23, A32, A33. So similarly you know how to find the minors. So find out the minors and add them up. That addition will give you the m of A, and then finally find out the determinant of the matrix. These three quantities will give you the characteristic equation for the matrix of order 3. So simply you can remember it is lambda cube minus trace of A times lambda squared plus m of A times lambda minus determinant of A is equal to 0. You can see here signs are alternative signs, and the coefficients of lambda squared is trace function, the second coefficient is sum of minors of the main diagonal, and the third one is determinant. That you can easily remember. So this will help you in order to find the characteristic equation for the matrices of order 2 and 3. So here we have defined this, and now let us discuss several properties of the eigenvalues and eigenvectors which are important, and later on that properties will be helpful in solving several problems and examples. So these properties are very important. So let us one by one list down the properties and try to understand these properties. So the first property of the eigenvalue says that the sum of the eigenvalues of a matrix is equal to trace of the matrix. That is, if you are given a matrix, then the sum of the eigenvalues is same as the trace of the matrix, that is the sum of the entries on the main diagonal. So sum of the eigenvalues is same as the sum of the entries on the main diagonal. You can verify that whether your eigenvalues are right or wrong, using which you can verify the eigenvalues. Then second property says that the product of the eigenvalues is related to the determinant, that is product of the eigenvalues counting multiplicity, because there may be some repeated eigenvalues. For example, if you are given the matrix which is of order 3 and the eigenvalues are suppose 1, 1 and 3, that is here 1 and 1 is repeated 2 times. So and in fact if you take the 2, 2 and 3 the case, then in case we have to multiply all these 3 eigenvalues, that is 3 into 2 into 2, and this product is equal to the determinant of the given matrix. So these two properties are many times helpful to find the eigenvalues. Whenever one eigenvalue is given and you are asked to find out the other eigenvalues of the matrix, at that times these two relations will be helpful to evaluate the eigenvalues, the remaining eigenvalues of the matrix. The eigenvalues of, this is one of the very important property which tells us that the eigenvalues of a triangular matrix we mean by upper triangular or lower triangular, or we consider it diagonal also, because diagonal matrix is also upper triangular as well as lower triangular matrix. So the eigenvalues of a triangular matrix are entries on the main diagonal. So if you are given the diagonal matrix, because in the 2 by 2 case you can see this property easily, that if I take the 2 by 2 matrix, say A is equal to some diagonal matrix, let me take A, B, 0 and D. See here, this is the lower triangular matrix, upper triangular matrix. If I find out the eigenvalues of this, then the characteristic equation is determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Expanding this determinant, this is A minus lambda, B, this is 0, and D minus lambda is equal to 0. And as we know that, or you can say what is the determinant of the diagonal matrix or triangular matrix. Determinant of the diagonal matrix or triangular matrix is itself a product of the entries on the main diagonal. That property is known to us for the determinant. Therefore from that property itself you can say the eigenvalues, because ultimately in order to find out the eigenvalues one has to find the determinant, and if the determinant is triangular, then that determinant is nothing but the product of the entries on the main diagonal. So that here we have, this is A minus lambda, D minus lambda is equal to 0. So it will give you lambda is equal to A and D. These are the roots of the characteristic polynomial, therefore they are eigenvalues. And what are these two eigenvalues? These are nothing but the entries on the main diagonal. So this property is worth to remember, because many times in most of the examples, when example is given some clumsy, then you will be given a lower or upper triangular matrix, so that you can easily find out the eigenvalues. Then the next property is the eigenvalues of A and A transpose are same. That is, if you find out the eigenvalues of A and eigenvalues of A transpose, both will be same. That property can also be verified, because the determinant of A minus lambda I is same as the determinant of A transpose minus lambda I. So in the both cases both the determinants are same, so that the characteristic equations for the A and A transpose are also same, so that the eigenvalues are also same. But here eigenvectors may not be same. Though the eigenvalues are same, the corresponding eigenvectors may be different only in the case of symmetric matrices, because in the case of symmetric matrices the A transpose and the matrix A both are same, so the eigenvalues and eigenvectors are same. But for the non-symmetric matrices you cannot say the eigenvectors of A and A transpose are same. Then the next property, the matrix is singular if and only if it has a 0 eigenvalue. This is also one of the important property which tells us that by looking at the eigenvalues you can say whether it is singular or non-singular, that is, in other words, it is invertible or not invertible. So this property tells us that if a matrix is singular, then it has a 0 eigenvalue. So if you get the one of the eigenvalue of your matrix is 0, then your matrix must be singular, and therefore it is non-invertible matrices. And for the non-invertible matrices, you can say the one of the eigenvalue is 0, and if your matrix is invertible, then you have the guarantee that all the eigenvalues must be non-zero values. So in other words, you can remember this property like this, that is, the eigenvalues of the invertible matrices are always non-zero. Then the next property tells us that if the eigenvalues of A are known, then eigenvalues of A inverse can also be obtained from the eigenvalues of A. That is, if lambda is an eigenvalue of A and your matrix is invertible, that can be obtained from the above property, because if all the eigenvalues are non-zero, then you can say the eigenvalues non-zero, then your matrix is invertible. So you can find out without doing the formal procedure for A inverse, you can directly say that the reciprocal of the eigenvalues of A is the eigenvalues of matrix A inverse. If lambda is an eigenvalue of A, next property, if lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then if you take the constant multiple of the matrix A, if you take K any scalar and the matrix Ka, then the eigenvalues of the matrix Ka are K times the lambda, where lambda is an eigenvalue of A. So if you can easily find out the eigenvalues of the matrix K, and in this case the eigenvectors remain same. In this case, eigenvectors remains same. That is, the eigenvectors, corresponding eigenvectors of A and the eigenvectors of Ka are same. Then next property tells us that that is, the question is, if you know the eigenvalues of A, then can you find out the eigenvalues of positive powers of the matrix? We mean by positive powers of the matrix, that is, if you multiply A by A, then you will get A squared. Similarly, if you multiply A squared by A, then you will get A cube, and so on. You can find out the positive powers of the matrix.